Welcome to my studio, Overcomers. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to continue our conversation about how to manage trauma triggers from the narcissist, how to handle that fight or flight response in your body. And we're talking specifically about a group member who is having to represent herself in court and dealing with child custody and those types of things, and how to manage those triggers. So the other day I talked about some different techniques, some different therapeutic modalities to seek out to help prepare you to sort of heal some of the trauma in your body, in your brain, in leading up to the court appearance. And then we talked about the importance of staying grounded in your body through breathing, through paying attention to your senses in the moment when you're in the anxious situation, the potentially confrontational situation, the trauma triggering event, for example, being in court. And today I'm going to share with you an art technique that I think would be good to do again in the days leading up to that stressful encounter. So we're going to focus a lot on mindfulness and then also getting in the body and your feelings through the artwork. So I love how mindfulness can work really well with any of these different treatments I've mentioned this week, pertaining to getting in your body, getting in touch with your body. I think they really go hand in hand. The mindfulness, like mantras, affirmations, and then also, like I said before, paying attention to your senses, to breathing, to paying attention to what you see, smell, taste in that moment to get you grounded. So we're going to go over a daily journaling activity, okay? And this is an adaptation of something that I do daily. Eventually I'll be putting out either a course or a PDF to give you all an example of how to do this yourself. But this is just a quick version of that, where we're going to focus on two things. We're going to focus on I am statements, and we're going to focus on feelings. Okay, so I have just a small journal here. It could be in any kind of notebook or journal. I want you to do this daily, at least in the morning. You could also do it morning and evening as a check-in at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. But I want you to do 2 pages each time you do it, whether it's once a day or twice a day. So what I did here, I dated the page and I put I am and I feel. So what we're gonna do first is write I am statements. Now I want this to be true to what you believe about yourself now. So it could be positive things like I am worthy, I am loved, I am enough, okay? It might be I am depressed. It might be I am unlovable if you're feeling like that. It might be I am a failure, okay? I want you to be true to how you are feeling right now, specifically with an I am statement, okay? So what you believe about yourself, I guess, is a better word for this. These are the thoughts, the beliefs in the I am statements. I hope that makes sense. So the thoughts are the I am statements. And then with the I feel, I want you to be honest about how you feel. So I feel anxious, nervous, sad, maybe hopeful too. We could be a little bit of happy or hopeful mixed in with all the sadness and the depression and the anxiety, right? No emotion is wrong. Write down everything that you feel. Then maybe draw a line. Of course, I just did that real messy. You want to really fill that in and think about it. Then I drew a line kind of in the middle of the page. So limit yourself on space, right? This doesn't need to be an hour-long activity. This is just a quick check-in in the morning. So on the bottom half of this paper, I want you to draw. Now I recommend using oil pastels because they're like a little bit fluid, which is gonna be more emotive, but it's not messy like chalk or paint. This is a journal. But you could use crayons, you could use, I guess I'd recommend crayons as a next step, but markers or colored pencils would work too. So how I feel. So I'm gonna think about if this is a nervous, anxious thing. Maybe I'm just like a big ball of anxiety in my gut. So you wanna think about, with lines, shapes, and colors, how you could just illustrate that feeling in a very quick drawing. It could literally be that quick, like what I just did, or you could spend 10 or 15 minutes on it. It's up to you, but I want you to do something to visually express how you're feeling. This is connecting the thinking brain and the feeling brain. This is part of how we tap into the trauma and the uncomfortable, unwanted feelings in our body. And this is part of that healing process. What I want you to do next. So we've it's almost like a brain dump of the negative thoughts and negative emotions. So we've said the I ams, which could be positive, but can be negative, right? This is what I'm thinking about myself right now. Then this is what I feel right now. Then I want you to go to the next page, and we're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to think about the flip side of it, kind of like our goals. So on this, I am and I feel, we're going to repeat that again. I want you to write what you want to believe about your emotions and your thoughts. So for example, this is where we're going to put those mantras, those affirmations that we need to say to ourselves because we don't believe it yet, okay? So I can put I am successful, I am or I have won in court. So think of this as goals. Think of this where you want to be a few weeks or a few months from now. I am loved. I am proud of myself for standing up to the narcissist, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be an I am. I think that's a good place to start. Like I said, we could put I have won in court. We're gonna state those goals and where we want to be, the thoughts we wanna be having, as if they have already happened. We wanna get in that mindset that that has already happened. I have achieved my goals. I am this type of person. This is happening now, okay? Then with the I feel, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna think about those I am statements and you're gonna say how that would feel. And you're gonna state it as if it has already happened, okay? So I feel relieved thinking about if I have won the court case, if I am a successful person, I'm proud of myself for being a good parent. The feelings that go along with that are relieved, calm, joyful, at peace, okay? So you're gonna think about those feelings that you want to feel. And then again, we'll like make a line kind of down the middle of the paper after you do your writing. I'd like you to do more than this, but even if you just do that small amount, that's enough. And then you're gonna do another drawing, honing in again on these new feelings, the goals as if you've already achieved them, those I am statements as if you already believe them, those feelings as if you're already feeling them. And this time, I think I'll do a circle again, but it's a different color and it's gonna be much more light. It's not that, that anxiety pent up kind of in my stomach like that black swirl. This is hard to do backwards. Okay, to me, this is gonna be like a calm circle, all right? So just to recap, we did the I am true to what my thoughts are today, the I feel true to what my feelings are today, and then a drawing to really tap into where that feeling is in my body, what that would look like, just illustrated with lines, shapes, and colors. Then we moved on to the I am statements that I want to believe about myself, the thoughts that I want to be having, and even stating goals as if they have already happened. So I am successful. I am, you know, the parent who has sole custody. I have won in court. Then the I feel, how would that feel in your body? Would it feel relieving, relaxing, joyful? Then a drawing, again, to really hone in on that feeling and think about with lines, shapes, and color, how you could represent that emotion that you're feeling in your body, having visualized, already achieving your goal and winning in court in you know, whatever that goal is out of the communication with the narcissist. The goal may be that you just stayed calm during the situation, whatever it is, okay? But I want you to write those thoughts and beliefs and those feelings as if they're already happening now. This is really going to help you to sort of manifest that. You know, manifest can be kind of a woo-woo word, but I think it's true in that, you know, what we think, the thoughts we tell ourselves are associated with our feelings and our behaviors. So that's basic, you know, CBT therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, where our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors are intimately related. So if you can tell yourself these thoughts, that it could be I am safe, right? That's a great one that I forgot. So I am safe is something you can tell yourself as sort of that goal, those thoughts you want to have. I am safe, I am whole, I am winning. you know, my kids are safe, those types of thoughts, and what feelings those are, what feelings correspond with that. The more we focus on that, the more we can take actions towards actually achieving that and leave that anxiety behind. So, and the repetition of this is what gets it in our minds. So do this every day, either just in the morning or in the morning and evening as a check-in with yourself. Repeated day after day, this is gonna affect your emotions and your behaviors. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to engage in more activities like this with the writing and the drawing and learn more about my process, the Redefine process, I really encourage you to check out my online program. There is a link that I'll leave here for you to check that out. You can watch a video that I created to tell you more about the components of the program. I'd love to have you in the community.